Owners of Central Indiana dining staple Gray Brothers Cafeteria plan to close the Mooresville restaurant and sell the building. It's part of an effort to cut costs and reorient the family-owned company's business model. The iconic cafeteria has been operated by the Gray family since 1944. The owners plan to reopen the cafeteria concept elsewhere, but have not yet finalized details about where or when. When the bell rings at the end of engineering class at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, students will be able to walk next door to see a real live hip or knee replacement surgery. The vision to add an outpatient surgical clinic to the university's planned Innovation Grove District belongs to Dr. Michael Miniginny, a prominent orthopedic surgeon who grew up in Terre Haute and graduated from Rose.
You know, healthcare is about access and travel and whatnot. There's really nothing on Interstate 70 between Indianapolis and St. Louis. So for us, it's a really good market geographically.
Purdue University has announced a 5-year, $4 billion fundraising campaign, the largest in the school's history, and its third billion-dollar-plus campaign in less than 25 years. This campaign follows 2 large previous fundraising campaigns for Purdue. In an effort announced by then-President Martin Jischke, the school raised $1.7 billion. During President Mitch Daniels' tenure, Purdue raised $2.5 billion. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
At Indiana University, we're undaunted by challenge. We take the lead. We don't follow the crowd. Embracing the future with creativity and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. Because bold is who we are. 9 campuses, 1 purpose. Creating tomorrow, today. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. Join us at iu.edu.
A new study from Indianapolis-based consulting firm TPMA finds most Orr Fellowship participants stay in Indiana, and about 20% go on to start their own firms or enterprises. College graduates apply for the program, and those who are chosen are paired with partner companies that hire them as paid employees. More than 600 people have been Orr Fellows since its inception nearly 25 years ago. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Crash clear southbound 65 before West Street, MLK exit 114. That crash is gone. Please watch out for the ramps today. I'm looking at the South Split camera, and yeah, they do look slick here this morning as we have awful temperatures and some precipitation that happened over the weekend. So be mindful of that. Nice and easy today. Have a safe ride in. Traffic sponsored by B Window. This month at bwindow.com. Receive $400 off per window and $250 per patio or entry door, plus 2.99% financing. B Window. Proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
8 stupid degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Sorry, it's single digits. It's just dumb. Just absolutely dumb. The time is 6:36. Let us check on the sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's going on?
Number 13, Purdue, Tony, looks to snap a 2-game losing streak tonight when they hook up with number 14, Michigan State. Head coach Matt Painter says the Spartans will bring plenty of challenges.
They have good on-ball defenders. They have good size on the front line. Very competitive. It's going to be a challenge for us to do a better job guarding the basketball, so we're not living in hell.
Tonight's game starts at 7. Butler will try to win its 4th game in a row when they play Xavier tonight in Cincinnati. Number 1 Notre Dame took down number 11 Duke in women's hoops 64-49. Hannah Hidalgo scored 19 points but said Duke did not make it easy.
We're going to see that when we get to the tournament, to the ACC tournament, to the NCAA tournament. So it's great to play these teams throughout the season so we're prepared, so we're not getting hit in the mouth when we go and play these tough teams.
Notre Dame is 23-2. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and want to work with a local independent dealer you can trust, like B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
It seems ridiculous to think, but these are the Indianapolis Colts. And when it comes to the Indianapolis Colts, absolutely every ridiculous thing is possible. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And it was the story producer Carl came across. You can find it on the show sheet. Just go to TonyKatz.com, and you can find it there. That possibly as an idea that exists in the ether, the Indianapolis Colts could see their way clear to a trade deal for Anthony Richardson. Possible. The quarterback for the Colts, maybe the Los Angeles Rams, for example, would be interested in Richardson replacing Matthew Stafford and letting the Rams build him into a professional quarterback. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea if this is the case, if this isn't the case, if this is serious, if this is silly. No clue. What I know is that absolutely people are not happy with how the Colts operate. They're certainly not happy with how Anthony Richardson is operating. I have not heard, outside of the whole tap out thing, you know, he has to come out for a play because he's tired. I haven't heard that after that there's been an issue because he got benched for a couple of games and seemed to have gotten the message that this is pro ball. You don't get to be tired. You either want to be out there or you don't, because there's somebody behind you who wants to be out there. And that's the guy that we'll go with. And I thought that had really created the change. Maybe with the end of the season and the injuries, quote unquote, you know, however you want to couch that. Maybe the team thinks differently. Maybe the leadership thinks differently. If the leadership thinks differently, how many more times does Chris Ballard get to make a guess on the future of this franchise? Now, you say to me, Tony, it's the NFL. You don't actually care. I care that the city has an opportunity to rally behind something, has an opportunity to grow from something. That I do. I care that if you're going to ask for all these dollars and all this opportunity, you provide a value to us. You gotta actually show us. Don't sit there and demand love or respect or anything else, and then you don't deliver. That seems downright silly. Downright silly. Would you trade Anthony Richardson? I don't know. I think you might say he needs another year, and let's see if he can get through 17 games, because he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't gotten through 17 games yet. I don't know if he's played 17. No, I'm right. He's only played 15. In 2 seasons, he has played 15 games. Let's see if he can get through a season. Or do you say, you know what, we've seen enough of this. There's nothing else to look at. Let's go. Honestly, I think the Colts would be 50-50. I could see it going either way. A trade? I don't know. Live stream, well, that is happening. Just head over to 93 WIBC on the YouTubes, and the live stream is happening right now. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning.
The pothole. Formed in colder months, tiny fissures are born, and in no time at all, they grow into big,
gigantic tire killers.
That's why you need Matt Baird Traffic.
Watch out on Keystone Avenue.
He'll guide you around these hidden monsters.
Yeah, might as well call it a basement.
And on to safer ground.
You don't want to be in the far left lane.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
Your next car, your next truck, your next electric vehicle, your next fleet vehicle. That's from Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. When it comes to commercial vehicles, nobody is better at this. They've got the biggest Super Duty inventory in the entire state. Over 100 Super Duty trucks on the ground, ready for you and your business. First of all, head over there, right? 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. They've got a whole area on the lot. They've got a lot of space, a lot of vehicles to choose from. Just an entire area that deals with nothing but the fleet and commercial vehicles. You need a work van, you need a work truck, you need it customized specifically for your type of business. They have got you covered at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. You can save thousands on medium and heavy duty commercial trucks because at Andy Moore, I can say that right. At Andy Moore, they always give you more. Get it? More. See, he spells it M-O-H-R, but Moore is M-O-R-E. It's a play on words. That part doesn't matter. You got to go to Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Treat your fleet to more uptime and more efficiency, which means more profits. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield for that commercial vehicle. The whole fleet just won. The Super Duties, whatever it is you need. Andy Moore Ford is the only place to go. Find them online at andymoreford.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R, andymoreford.com.
February is here and love is in the air. But if you're not in love with the way your home feels this winter, Universal Windows Direct has the perfect solution with their Love Your Windows sales event. Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Right now with Universal Windows Direct, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. And there's no limit. Need 4 windows, you pay for 2. Need 20, pay for 10. It's the perfect way to save big while upgrading your home. And that's not all. Universal Windows Direct is offering no interest financing for 3 years. That's 36 months of easy payments with 0% interest. Already have a price from another company? Universal Windows Direct will beat it, so you know you're getting the best deal around. Now, some restrictions may apply, so call Universal Windows Direct to get all the details and schedule your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. And check everything out on the web at universalwindowsdirect.com.
It's Chimney Solutions Indiana 10% off special going on now. Chimney sweeps and inspections included.
This is our 10th year in business. To thank all of our customers, we're offering a full 10% off all services. Don't let your fireplace and chimney be a headache. Let our team help you enjoy your fireplace this season.
Call the experts. Call Chimney Solutions Indiana at 317-757-6979 or visit chimneyindy.com.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Baird, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on with you?
Freezing cold temperatures don't mean slick ramps, and I'm looking at them on the cameras here this morning, especially checking out the north split length of flyover, westbound 72, northbound 65. So crucial for morning rushers. And right now it looks okay. We're moving up to speed, but again, it could be slick. It looks slick here at the moment. Also, I'm told a bad pothole on the exit ramp from southbound 65 to Meridian Street, and this person hit it. So please be careful on that exit ramp, southbound 65 to Meridian. I don't want you to have to buy a new tire. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Baird with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
How is it possible, Matt Baird, that for any reporting you do on potholes, that this show, Tony Katz in the Morning News with Matt Baird in the WIBC Traffic Center, we don't have a tire sponsor?
I've been saying this for a decade, 20, 30 years.
What is actually happening here?
I think I think that would be very useful. I mean, it would. I already talk about potholes a lot, but it'd just give it that extra.
Wouldn't this be just the perfect moment?
I think it would be, and I think there would be a great investment there by any potential advertiser.
Right?
To do that.
Hit a pothole. Yeah, Joe Hogsett sucks. Now go see our friends at, and someone could be that friend.
The person I want to talk to is the person who changes tires better than anyone. Those are the people that I want to talk to, the people that are going to give the best deal, do it fast, and those are the people we want.
And take care of the people who...
Yeah, who changes the tire
people
fast?
Listen to the show.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Whoever can
is that
best
what you're
service.
saying?
Yes, whoever can
I
best service.
didn't quite catch that from what you were saying, but that is what you're saying.
I've got a lot going on here, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, you do? All right, I'm just...
I think it's a great
I found
idea.
it interesting, though, that nobody wants to be the official... maybe that's a terrible name, the official pothole sponsor of Tony Katz in the Morning News.
No, I like the sound. I like the sound of it, and I think who's out there? Who wants to be the tire changer of Indianapolis?
I'm surprised they haven't reached out already, but we're happy to be your marketing team.
Yeah,
we're happy to help you through this.
That'd be so much fun,
right? Cats and bear, animals when it comes to marketing.
Yes, finally.
Honestly, that is such a great tagline. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Marketing animals.
What are we even doing?
I think it's.
You ever think sometimes maybe the show is shameless?
A little bit, but hey, I think we're a shameless society, so we're just trying to fit in.
Right. Yeah. There it is. That's all we're trying to do. And we're trying to help get tires changed when they hit one of these nonsense potholes, because Indianapolis not serious about taking care of the residents. That's just fact. 8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:49.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hammer and Nigel.
The commander-in-chief doesn't have to watch Matlock with pudding smeared on his face. We've got a commander-in-chief that no longer falls up and down the stairs multiple times. I'm excited for that.
Hammer and Nigel. Afternoons on 93 WIBC.
There was a lot of talk about, now that Trump is in office, now you're seeing all this cutting taking place in government spending. Maybe what this means is that people are going to leave D.C. And a lot of people were posting these images of maps showing houses for sale in Washington, D.C. Look at what's for sale. Look at all these people leaving. They know that it's all over. They know they've been just scamming people and scamming the dollars. They don't do anything, and everybody's getting out of town. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It all depends on how you want to look at the data. Because the reality is based on perception. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So Lance Lambert over there at Resi Club Analytics figured it out. If you take a look at active housing inventory for that is for sale by the month, and you talk about the D.C. area, so Washington, D.C., Arlington, Alexandria, you're including Maryland, you're including parts of even West Virginia in this, housings for sale are up compared to January of 2024. They're up compared to January of 2023, 2022, and 2021. They're not up compared to 2019, 18, and 17, meaning 2020, 2019, 2018, and 2017. They're well below those numbers. It's up compared to the last 4 years by 2,000 from last year. Okay, that doesn't necessarily show you that, my gosh, everybody's getting out of town. If you take a look at just the District of Columbia, active housing inventory for sale by month, it went up by 600 between January 2024 and January 2025. So you can take from the data that there are more houses for sale. You can't necessarily take from the data that everybody's running for their lives. Admittedly, there are a lot of people who had a job and now don't have a job. I'm very, very okay with that. People are getting out because there's no more money. There's no more gravy train. Fine. Excellent. Terrific. I love it. Because, like you, I don't want a gravy train. I don't want people getting paid for nothing. That seems silly. We shouldn't want that. We should be opposed to it. If the job is not necessary, get rid of the gig. But there are a lot of people who want to protect government at all costs. We will get into that. Not America, government. By the way, I will be at CPAC driving out tomorrow. Heading to the Conservative Political Action Conference presented by HoosierHope.org, Americans for Prosperity right here in Indiana, and Premier Arms. PA Jewelers are fantastic sponsors, all helping us get out there. We will have the broadcast in the midday show live. That will be happening from noon to 3. We'll be giving the reports throughout the morning show, who we're talking to, what's happening, what's going on, what the mood is, what we can expect more of, and whether or not the movement is really down with Elon Musk, or they wonder whether he's gone too far. I will have every bit of it for you. We will be at CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference, brought to you by HoosierHope.org, Americans for Prosperity, Indiana, and Premier Arms, PremierArms.com. Great sponsors. Appreciate them helping us get out there. Matt Bear has got traffic.
All right, Tony, interstates look good. Please watch out for the eyes today on the ramps, the off-ramps, exit ramps, entrance ramps, all of the ramps, because they could have ice. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Applied Innovation customer Lori Sanders Doherty, office administrator with Anderson, Augustino, and Keller, appreciates how Applied Innovation responds to her busy law firm.
Absolutely. They are very fast, and we've actually undergone 2 different leases where they've come in and replaced all of our equipment.
The uptime Applied Innovation provides is critical.
I'd say just the fact that we have our equipment working, we're able to get the job done, and we know who to call if something breaks. So, yeah, we have confidence that they'll take care of us.
So how do you benefit from having Applied Innovation as your office technology provider?
Then I don't have everybody screaming at me because their copier is broken or their printer is broken.
Well, let Applied Innovation provide maximum uptime along with more peace and quiet in your office. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit AppliedInnovation.com. Applied Innovation. Fast, friendly, amazing.
Don Fisher here for QC Kinetics. I want to share with you the best thing I've done for my knee pain. I've been hearing commercials about the groundbreaking treatments that QC Kinetics offers for months. Meantime, my chronic knee pain had hit an all-time high threshold. I wanted to stay active and enjoy playing golf again without the pain. So I decided to call and book an appointment. And what I found out was that QC Kinetics is the non-surgical solution. I have no knee pain and feel like I did 10 years ago. And it's all because of the non-invasive therapy from QC Kinetics.
Discover the solution to joint pain with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. For a free consultation, call 463-282-6886.
I'm back to playing golf and enjoying life. Take it from me, this is the best call you can make to relieve your orthopedic pain.
For your free consultation, call QC Kinetics today. 463-282-6886. 463-282-6886.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
Coming up in 2 minutes, more snow is on the way. What happened to a man living in the country illegally who was caught in Indiana? And some people living in Illinois want to secede, and there's a bill that's gaining momentum that would allow them to do that. After Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, it is 7 o'clock.
The U.S. and Russia are talking. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. For the first time since the Ukraine invasion nearly 3 years ago, trying to find an end to the war, NATO leader Mark Rutte tells Fox,
We have to get to a deal which is strong. China is watching, others are watching, but it has to be strong and lasting and enduring.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is leading the U.S. delegation in the talks with Russia in Saudi Arabia. Ukraine's not part of it. President Volodymyr Zelensky says he won't accept the peace deal if they are not involved.
The president's Ukraine envoy, Keith Kellogg, is also expected to meet with Zelensky in Ukraine this week. Kellogg says no one will impose a deal on a sovereign country, and also says regarding the ongoing meeting, it just was not possible or realistic to have everyone sitting at the table.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. Amid all the Trump federal worker layoffs and attempts to slash spending, the Department of Government Efficiency is working to get access to IRS tax systems. There are anti-Doge protests in several cities, and Elon Musk, who runs Doge, tells Fox's Hannity in an interview that'll run tonight.
They call it like Trump derangement syndrome, and you don't realize how real this is until you can't reason with people.
There are several legal challenges to Doge, one filed by Democrats in 14 states.
Federal Judge Tanya Chutkin heard arguments over Elon Musk and his Doge team's access to federal data. Chutkin did seem skeptical about the state's argument, explaining that for her to issue a temporary restraining order, there needs to be imminent harm. Critics worry because that system contains sensitive taxpayer information.
Fox's Mike Emanuel, why? That's the big question in Toronto. The day after a Delta Connection flight flipped over when landing, coming in from Minneapolis. The wings were torn off, the passengers left dangling upside down. 18 were injured, but Toronto Airport CEO Deborah Flint says
there was no loss of life. And this is in due part to our heroic and trained professionals, our first responders.
In Kentucky's flooding disaster, it's up to 12 deaths now. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What the next 48 hours will bring. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis where it's 11 degrees. There is a light snow on radar off to the south of the city. Your high today is 16. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. 2 snowstorms are on the way, hitting back-to-back over the next couple of days. Forecaster Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says the first round will only bring a dusting.
For this system, should see less than an inch, really from I-70 down to getting to near Vincennes and Seymour.
Ryan says the second storm will bring about 4 to 5 inches to the southern portion of the state Wednesday night into Thursday morning. A full list of closings and delays up right now at WIBC.com. 49 members of Indiana's elite emergency team called Indiana Task Force 1 are on the ground in Kentucky, trying to search for people who were devastated by the floods.
Down here, we're dealing with snow. Temperatures in the low 30s, high 20s. It's windy. The terrain's a little bit difficult. It offers a whole new set of challenges to us when we're down here operating in this environment.
Mike Pruitt, a spokesperson for the FEMA USNR Incident Support Team, says the team will stay in Kentucky as long as needed. Kentucky is going to get another snowstorm tomorrow. An illegal immigrant is being deported under the Laken-Riley Act that President Trump recently signed into law. The law deports immigrants charged with certain types of crime. When Domingo Juan came to Jackson County Judicial Center on February 12th for a bench trial, the prosecutor recognized that he was wanted by ICE. So they contacted ICE at a news conference Monday. Rep. Aaron Houchin said he's Guatemala's problem now. A bill considering the possibility of annexing several counties looking to secede from Illinois is moving through the Indiana State Legislature. Here's Kurt Darling.
A special committee considering the proposal being carried by House Speaker Todd Houston approved it with bipartisan support Monday.
We don't want to see our neighbors to our west languish. Ultimately, their success or failure affects our own success or failure.
The bill would set up a commission to look at beginning annexation proceedings, but in order for that to actually happen, it would need the approval of both Illinois and Indiana lawmakers. It'll now be considered by the full Indiana House. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College basketball, the Butler Bulldogs have won 3 straight. They're in Xavier tonight. Number 13, Purdue plays number 14, Michigan State on the road. And one of the best counties to raise a family in the state of Indiana is in Central Indiana.
If you're thinking about raising a family in Indiana, the thought probably comes with lots of questions, including where should you live? Well, Smart Asset wants to help out through a yearly study that tries to answer the best place for you to raise kids in Indiana. The county that ranked best this year was Hendricks. The ranking is based off of the cost of housing, academic performance, recreation and community centers, and then typical child care costs. Spencer County finished second. Warwick came in third. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Just heard of a crash at Fall Creek Parkway, Keystone Avenue. Tough intersection there. Please be careful using it. Northbound 65 slows out of the north split to Meridian Pad, and a crash on the northeast side going from the ramp from westbound 465 to northbound 69 on that exit ramp, which is open. It's just the crash is on the right shoulder. Also, watch out for these ramps today. Entrance ramps, exit ramps, they could be slick. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What do we know?
Hey, good morning. Boy, it is cold out there this morning. We've got wind chill values below 0 and single-digit temperatures. We're also dealing with a few scattered snow showers early this morning in the southern part of the metro area. Could produce maybe a dusting in some spots. Lots of clouds for the day today with highs only around 15. Feels like temps in the single digits. Tonight, cloudy, some snow showers possible here, especially in southern Indiana with lows falling to 10. Look for mostly cloudy skies heading into your Wednesday, a chance for some more snow late with highs near 20, and then some morning snow showers on Thursday with highs right around 21.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Tara, thank you. 8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:07. So I just realized the live stream was going over there at YouTube, and I'm reading a tweet, and I'm like, do I want to comment on this? And I guess my video is delayed, and I'm like, my jaw is clenched, and I'm grinding my teeth as I think about it, because I do that sometimes. I'm like, man, that's not a good look. I don't know why I ever agreed to stream this show. Total nonsense. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. So are we somehow done on property taxes? Is this all now said and done and finished? One mayor takes us up on our offer to talk. We don't hear from anybody else. No one else has anything to say. Are we all said and done about Indianapolis Metropolitan Police and the participating in immigration sweeps? The chief, Chris Bailey, doesn't respond. I don't know. It's an odd place, this Indiana. It is an odd place how things get done here and the lack of communication that takes place. The Senate voting to move property tax relief forward. It was a 37-10 vote. There was a bipartisan coalition to defeat the measure. I guess, as reported, there are issues. What are the issues? Is the issue that the original plan would have reduced costs for Hoosiers by $1.2 billion, and now it's $300 million in the first year, $800 million in the second year? What is the real issue? The real issue is that the local municipality needs the money and won't accept the fact that maybe they'll have to do with less. Well, if we do with less, that's going to be less firefighters and police, and people are going to die. This is the argument that they desperately want to make. It is certainly a tough argument, but does not seem to connect with the fact that people are paying more all the way around. I spoke about the fact that I was at this event and this conversation came up, and the people I was speaking with really thought it was dopey that Hoosiers are worried about property taxes. What, they're going to save you $300 a year? Big deal. I said, this is the kind of elitism that they would never get elected. They don't understand where Hoosiers are at all. First, it is the very idea of a property tax that so insults them. Secondly, it's an insult. They take it personally. You don't understand that Hoosiers take it personally? And then you have people who are elected officials telling them, well, if you don't give us this money, grandma's going to die. It's another insult. Now add on to that the price of eggs, which isn't Trump. It is about how we have killed off millions and millions and millions of chickens because of bird flu. Inflation, that's all Joe Biden. Every bit of it. Everything they said about the economy was a lie. They didn't know what they were doing. They had incompetence running the economic team, whether it's Jared Bernstein or it was Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary. Joe Biden never understood economics except how to leverage the Biden name to get money out of Ukraine and China for his crack-addled child. That's it. They're paying more for everything, and they want a little relief. And what the cities have told them is, you don't get no relief. That is not Hoosier hospitality, kids. And this silly threat made by the chattering classes at the Indy Star and other places, this is disconnected from reality. And I wonder whether or not there's an argument to be made for a veto. To say no to this. We want what we want. Maybe you take the little bit you can get, and then maybe if you're the governor, you call it a special session. I don't know. I do know that we put the offer out there, and only one mayor, Sue Finkham of Carmel, agreed to join us. So now we're going to call people directly. Now, people have to talk about this regardless of the vote. So we're going to reach out. Producer Carl, you're going to start setting up interviews starting next Monday when I am fully back from CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Explain to your citizens why they shouldn't get relief. Explain to them why they should suck it up and take it if that is your position. I do not know what Braun is going to do. I think he should call me and tell me. That's what I think. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. 93 WIBC, good morning.
You okay?
I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
With the economic cycle so unpredictable, you need to know your risk tolerance or what's an acceptable loss. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Matt Bear here. Hi, Trajan Wealth will help you invest you technically and customize your portfolio so it fits perfectly with your risk tolerance level. The first consultation is free at 317-480-4040 or head to TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth knows we can't control the stock market. That's why they always incorporate the economic cycle into your investment considerations, and they know how to handle market turbulence. All important with shifting economic policy and the new administration here. Best yet, Trajan Wealth is a fiduciary, and they always have to act in your best interest. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth to schedule your free consultation, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Dads happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Traffic on the fives, Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Crash Fall Creek Parkway at Keystone Avenue. Very busy intersection. Also looking at northbound 65 slow out of the north split to West Street. And that backup starts a little bit, or that slowdown, I should say, starts a little bit before the north split on westbound 70. Traffic sponsored by B Window this month at bwindow.com. Receive $400 off per window and $250 per patio or entry door, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. If your garage floor looks bad with stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your entire garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job or chipping paint makes your garage or basement look worse. With one quick call to 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, I can save you $1,000 on a new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor during our winter sale. A Comer & Cross concrete floor coating is the gold standard. Guaranteed. A Comer & Cross garage floor won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. What's the Comer & Cross difference? We make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And one day, you will love your gleaming, new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor just in time for spring. Call us right now for $1,000 in savings during our winter sale. Operators are standing by now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center with leading-edge treatment options right in your backyard.
I feel blessed and lucky. If I knew someone that was going through what I was going through, I would definitely encourage them to participate in a clinical trial. For me, it was life-changing.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through February 28, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
The J.D. Vance speech is still reverberating. It is. People can't believe that there he was in front of Germany, in front of the Munich Security Conference, having this conversation about free speech. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. And as you saw from people like Margaret Brennan over there at CBS, she can't believe that J.D. Vance would have had such a conversation. How dare he say, how dare he speak in front of these lovely Europeans? And how dare he say that you are not offering up free speech? You are opposed to it. This is a flat-out fear of the citizen. You're afraid of the citizenry. And that's ugly as can be. Did I say hello? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I forget sometimes. Europe is not us. But Europe is what the media apparatchik desperately wants to be. It is imperative to understand that they are absolutely aligned forces. And that brings us to the popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. So J.D. Vance's speech to the Munich Security Conference stated that this repression that we see in Europe on speech, which is happening everywhere, is unhealthy. It's undemocratic. You're better than this. These are nations not in totality, but in a plurality, where if you are to mention radical Islamic terrorism, you could go to jail. But if you are engaged in radical Islamic terrorism, you need to be understood. That's true. That's what's happening. If you are engaged in the grooming and raping of children, well, we don't know if we actually prosecute that. But if you talk about it, you go to jail. It is a backwards, ugly level of culture that's taking place based on a radicalness of those in charge who believe that the issue, that the fundamental flaw in a society is free speech itself. This was the argument that Margaret Brennan was making to Secretary of State Marco Rubio when she stated that free speech was utilized by the Nazis, weaponized by the Nazis, and that's what led to the Holocaust. Now, no part of that is true. That is pseudo-intellectualism. That is a lie. It's a lie. There's no question or conversation about that. The idea that we must restrict speech because if we don't, the bad thing will happen. No, the bad thing happens because if you're restricting speech, somebody has to restrict it. In Germany, they are down with this idea.
The criticism that, this feels like the surveillance that Germany conducted 80 years ago. How do you respond to that?
There is no surveillance. Josephine Ballon is a CEO of Hate Aid.
Let's just stop for a moment with the idea of hate aid. There is no surveillance. If you put something out on X, You can go to jail in many places in Europe. Of course there is surveillance. That's a lie. Hate aid? You know what my problem is? My problem is I went into radio. I could have just created one of these fakakta news organizations or help organizations. You know how much money I could have gotten from USAID? Bentley money. That's how much money I could have gotten from USAID.
A Berlin-based human rights organization that supports victims of online violence.
In the United States, a lot of people look at this and say this is restricting free speech. It's a threat to democracy. Free speech needs boundaries. And in the case of Germany, these boundaries are part of our constitution.
The idea that free speech needs boundaries is a very, very deep conversation, one that I've been a part of many times. I've organized events around this idea. Are there limits? And you can argue, no, there are no limits. You're a free speech absolutist. Would you agree that one could give a speech stating that you can call for the death of somebody else? We do believe in levels of limits. But are the limits based on the harm to another person, or are the limits based to the harm of a government and a government official? Who sets these boundaries? We as a society, or a government in a top-down way against the people who want to express themselves? Certainly, anybody who starts an organization called Hate Aid, which sounds like you're aiding hate, doesn't get to make the call. I was asked about this and the speech by J.D. Vance, the response from Margaret Brennan of CBS on Newsmax just yesterday.
Great point. We are seeing just how eroded the big players in big media, or traditional media, as you want to call it, CBS, NBC, ABC, how eroded they have become. Tony, your take.
A couple of things. I'm happy to see the response here, right? I'm Jewish, and hearing this argument about the Holocaust is somehow not more egregious to me because I am Jewish. You can see how it's egregious to Americans. But I want to make sure we all understand that the reason Margaret Brennan says these kinds of things, which are opposite things she has said about free speech before, let's say about, I think it was Sean Davis of the Federalist who pointed out about Viktor Orban in Hungary, is that her job is not to report. Her job is to protect. And what she is protecting is an ideology and a narrative as opposed to the values of the citizen, which goes back to J.D. Vance's, the vice president's speech as a whole. His entire conversation was trust the citizenry enough to be able to have a conversation, to speak out, to disagree. Trust them enough and you will find you have a better nation, which is a fantastic argument to make. And when he made the speech, you have to admit, this speech was tough. This was him saying, I have arrived on the world stage. There's a lot of reasons for this speech, but this is Margaret Brennan absolutely proving the point by saying the citizenry cannot hear these things. And I don't know where I've missed there. And I welcome any contra thoughts, right? 317-239-9393. Tony at TonyKatz.com. The media of America in the mainstream agrees with the limitations on speech that they believe in Europe. And why should there be a limit? Not on them, but only on you. You should not be able to question what it is they say. They will deliver you the news as they see fit to deliver it, fitting what it is they believe is the proper scope, and your job is simply to digest and regurgitate. That's the argument being made here. I object. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, I heard about a crash. It's Millersville Road right now near Millersville Road near LaSalle Street. Also a crash looking at Fallen Creek Parkway and Keystone Avenue. And right now those inbound Benford Boulevard, Fallen Creek lanes are slow approaching the intersection of Keystone Avenue. Again, that's going to be Benford as it turns into Fallen Creek Parkway. Eastbound 70 stopped all of a sudden from Holt Road to Belmont. Keeping an eye on that. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey guys, it's Rob, and as many of you know, I very rarely ever leave my house. And as such, I spend a lot of time in my yard. I love my yard. It's kind of like a little escape. But the other day, I really looked at it. And man, it's just not looking the way I want it to look. And with spring on the horizon, the bigger problem is I don't have a clue how to fix it. Quite frankly, with the work it needs, I probably just don't have the time. So I called Save-A-Tree, the tree, shrub, and lawn experts. And coming up here in the next couple of weeks, Save-A-Tree is coming to my house, and they are going to revamp my entire yard. They're going to bring it back to life. They're going to help me make my lawn look the way I want it just in time for spring. Save-A-Tree is going to make my yard look great after some tough weather. See how beautiful your yard can be. Set up your own evaluation at saveatree.com. SAVATREE.com, or dial pound 250 on your smart device and say the keyword Save a Tree. That's pound 250, keyword Save a Tree.
At Busey Wealth Management, we're proud to partner with individuals, families, and foundations, ensuring possibilities become achievements. From preserving and enhancing your assets to securing your legacy for future generations, we're focused on your success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. And then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
It's Chimney Solutions Indiana 10% off special going on now. Chimney sweeps and inspections included.
This is our 10th year in business. To thank all of our customers, we're offering a full 10% off all services. Don't let your fireplace and chimney be a headache. Let our team help you enjoy your fireplace this season.
Call the experts. Call Chimney Solutions Indiana at 317-757-6979 or visit chimneyindy.com.
Discussing end-of-life matters can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary to ensure that loved ones' wishes are well known ahead of time. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. Up next, I'll share suggestions to help ease anxiety surrounding the talk.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Direct, open, and honest conversation is the best way to discuss end-of-life wishes. Knowing your loved one's preferred treatments and desired arrangements will ready everyone for when the time comes. Also helpful, creating a will or trust to ensure assets are distributed accordingly. And consider an end-of-life doula to assist your family during the process. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Driving could be tough in some places. You have a clear radar, and it's 11 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today is 16. There's a light snow off to the south of Indy. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Light snow will fall tonight across the Circle City, and freezing temperatures may make driving tough in spots.
We'll have temperatures down into the single digits tonight again. Even a thin amount of snow, could certainly create some slick spots. So obviously just encouraging people to take a little bit of extra time.
Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says 2 rounds of snow is possible over the next 48 hours. Dozens of school districts are on delays this morning. We have a full list up at WIBC.com. Flooding in Kentucky has killed at least 11 people, with rescue efforts still ongoing.
Over 1,000 rescues have occurred across Kentucky. The speed of those rescues is thankfully decreasing as the water has either crested or is going down in many areas in the state.
That's Governor Andy Beshear providing an update on the situation during a press conference in Frankfurt on Monday. Indiana Task Force 1 is helping with rescue efforts. Indianapolis police are looking for 2 people who were involved in shooting a rideshare driver Monday night, which TV's Jeremy Jenkins reports.
IMPD says the rideshare driver was picking up 2 teens just after 9:30 last night at Amber Woods Apartments on Mid-Hopper south of 38th Street when 2 people told him to get out of the car. Police say the driver sped away and the suspects fired shots at the vehicle, hitting the driver and a teen girl. The driver managed to make it to a laundromat at 38th and Mid-Hopper, where police were called.
And the driver is expected to recover from their injuries. A bill to annex Illinois counties is gaining momentum in the state legislature. The heavily Republican counties are eager to break away from Illinois, having already voted in favor of secession. Now, Indiana House Speaker Todd Houston says he's ready to welcome them to the Hoosier State.
To Illinois counties and residents feeling unheard and unrepresented, we hear you, and we'd like to invite you to come back home again to Indiana.
But to do that, it would not only need approval from the Indiana legislature, but also the Illinois legislature and Congress. Investigators in Canada are looking into how a Delta Airlines plane flipped over after crashing on Monday.
Early indications are this could have been a lot worse. We know 80 people on board. Officials say right now they know of 18 people who are injured. Those injuries range from minor to serious, but the important thing is that none of them are considered life-threatening. The flight took off from Minneapolis. It came down here in Toronto. It was operated by Endeavour, a subsidiary of Delta. We know that the Transportation Safety Board of Canada is going to lead the investigation. The FAA also is going to be at the crash site. Once the plane crashed, officials here say it was a textbook emergency response.
That's Fox's Nate Foy reporting in Toronto. And politician Vivek Ramaswamy is expected to launch his run for Ohio governor next week. The former Republican presidential candidate filed the necessary paperwork over the weekend. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Top-ranked Notre Dame handled number 11 Duke 64-49 in women's basketball. Head coach Neil Ivey says the number 1 spot comes with a lot of pressure.
And I thought this team was fantastic. I thought they came out focused. I thought they shared the ball. Duke is a really great defensive team, and we just turned it on.
And Notre Dame has won 18 games in a row. They're 23-2. The Butler Bulldogs have won 3 games in a row, and they're looking to keep that up tonight, playing in Cincinnati against Xavier. Head coach Thad Matta says what's working for the team.
Well, I think that we're playing collectively a lot better as a group, and I think our connectivity is better both offensively and defensively.
And tonight's game starts at 8. Number 13 Purdue plays number 14 Michigan State on the road. That game starts at 7. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. How the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Yeesh, problem here on Benford Boulevard coming inbound towards the city center. It's westbound Benford at Keystone Avenue crash, and backing up to Benf past to Allisonville Road, not quite to East 46th Street, but there is a delay there. Eastbound 70 on the west side, stop and go traffic after Sam Jones Expressway to Holt Road because of an earlier disabled vehicle. Inbound 70 slows after Rural through the north split over the flyover ramp to Meridian Penn. That's stop and go traffic. Crash Hendricks County, eastbound 70 after State Road 39 is on the right shoulder. Traffic sponsored by B Window. This month at bwindow.com, receive $400 off per window and $250 per patio or entry door, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
7 degrees. Sorry, made me feel all oogie inside. 7 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Go now to bwindow.com and receive $400 off per window and $250 off any patio or entry door, plus 2.99% financing.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen. Where
Today on the marketplace, There's something off here. Something about this is very, very off. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. I'm scrolling through. There's cool stuff, interesting stuff, odd stuff, strange stuff. It's people selling their wares. I am a fan of capitalism. I like people being able to take things and move them on to somebody else and then grab new things and utilize them. I love all of that. Facebook Marketplace, a fun place. I every now and then come across something that I question. This is that thing. And by the way, if you check out the live stream over there on YouTube, not only will you see myself, not only will you see Matthew Horatio Bear. That's his given middle name, by the way. You'll also see producer Carl, who's just leaned back in his chair without a care in the world. Matt, these are right here. Dairy Queen DQ ice cream cone shakers. That's the description. You hear me? You're with me so far?
Yeah, I'm confused, but please continue.
Okay. They're in Brazil, Indiana. You're going to have to maybe drive a little bit to get these. If I understand this right, it looks like two ice cream cones, one a vanilla cone, one a chocolate cone, and they're salt and pepper shakers.
Okay, I think this is great.
Nope.
For the kitchen, I want these.
Should salt and pepper out of an ice cream cone seems very off-putting to me.
Well, how much are they, Tony? How much? Okay.
Oh, they're $19 million.
Well, that's fantastic. What would you use these for? You're opening not even a diner. They kind of look like one of those fake Olympic torches that you carry.
They do.
You know, like
they do.
You get something like, say, you have a kid who wants to go as Carl Lewis for Halloween. I mean, this would be something that you buy for them.
Hold
and they
on
can
a
hold
second.
it up and they can run with it.
Can we just stop?
Yeah, what?
All the Olympic heroes you could have picked.
Yeah, it was the first
of all, Carl Lewis, excellent poll. Fantastic work in the Olympics. You picked the guy who so butchered the national anthem?
Yeah, I'm sorry. But he was a great runner, Tony. I mean, seriously. I can't run like him. I couldn't do it. I couldn't run like him.
No, you could not have. No. That's correct. You could never run like Carl Lewis.
He could use one of these ice cream cones as a microphone.
I'm just saying that if it's a salt and pepper shaker, there's something really off-putting about the look versus the purpose.
Well, you already...
it really doesn't connect.
No, it doesn't. As a matter of fact, I think it's not connecting with me why you would sell these on the marketplace necessarily instead of just throwing them away.
Right?
Because you have to ship them. That's going to cost you $5 to $10, so you're not going to make your money back. Boom, marketplace financial genius right here. I'll give advice all day.
They're $10. Yeah. No, someone may porch pick them up, right? They may just head over and be like, I would like these ice cream cone shakers, as heard on Tony Katz in the Morning News. And it's got the DQ on them. And I mean, that's all cool. It's just, it's the wrong purpose. Now, if it was a sprinkle shaker, right? Now is it okay if it's shaken sprinkles?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, shaken sprinkles appears at the Red Garter every Tuesday night.
No, she's fine.
And
shaken sprinkles. Yeah.
Right. The 9:30 show is a little blue. Leave the kids at home. That was not my sound effect. Hold on.
Wait,
I'm going to get blamed for that. That was absolutely not me. I do not know who let Casey in the studio to do that, but that was just wrong. Are you a buyer, Matt? Are you a buyer for these fake ice cream cone shaker thingies?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Now, if you do go and pick them up at the porch, I just picture the little old lady in Brazil, Indiana, making a pie, bringing you a slice of pie and a little ice cream whenever.
Whoa! If there's pie involved, we got a whole different thing going on.
I'm trying to sweeten the deal.
If there is pie involved, I think you and I need to take a road trip.
I'd go to Brazil. Why not?
For pie?
Yeah,
I've gone further for less.
It was right. I tried the Evansville for pie. Yeah. No, I just picture like this little old lady, small town, just a little Hoosierism here, just be like, oh, you picked up my ice cream cones. You're so adorable. Here's a pie. And just hand you a pie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. She's only selling the shakers for $10. The pie costs $22.50.
Doesn't matter.
And she's like, here you go.
In Hoosierland, you give away the pie. You sell the shakers. Okay.
Hoosierland is what I would call my pie place.
No, right?
That's exactly it. Pie and ice cream. If I had a place that sold pie and ice cream, I would just call it pie and ice cream. Why am I beating around the bush? Here's what we do.
Oh, that's like the place that sells steak and fish up on, I think it's Michigan Road. You just call it steak and fish.
That's Jordan's.
Oh, Jordan's
Chicken and fish.
Yeah, chicken and fish. Excuse me. Yeah.
Jordan's Chicken and Fish. I've never been, but there's a bunch of locations.
They're all over, and they're always busy. I mean,
yes.
So just call it pie. Just call it Tony's Pie.
Not even Tony's, just pie and ice cream.
Pie. Yeah, there you go.
Pie and ice cream. That's it. That's exactly what I'd call it. Instant cash success.
Instant cat success.
We only take cash or Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin only. Come on, man.
Right?
Wait, no, you have to take cash because that is the law in Indiana. If you have a business, you have to have cash.
I don't know if it's the law in Indiana, but it should be the law across the land. You have to take cash.
Oh, whatever.
You don't want to take cash, I don't know what to say to you. Fat.
I'm turning away your business.
That is Matt Bear. Follow him on the Twittix at Matt in Traffic. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You have got rising interest rates, economic uncertainty. A lot of people wondering if now is the right time to sell your home. Are you going to get the price that you need? Is it going to take too long? You don't have to figure it out by yourself. There is a friendly, no pressure, experienced agent eating and sleeping Indianapolis real estate. That is Mark Dietel. Maybe what you're looking for is a guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but you don't want to have to give up your hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Crystal in Franklin said, I was moving to Kentucky and needed to move fast. I got the Mark Dietel marketing plan and was blown away. The plan worked. I got a full list price offer in the first weekend. Just like that, Mark and his team got it done. Guys, call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold, or he'll buy it. I've spoken with Mark. Just a good guy. Good guy, solid business. Talk to Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com. Traffic, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Keeping an eye on the Ben Benford Boulevard Keystone Avenue crash. And right now inbound Benford slow, almost to 46th Street. Have a little bit of a backup there. Definitely past Allisonville Road. So know that. Northbound 6570 downtown. Stop and go traffic. Michigan Street through the North Split down to Meridian Penn. It's a crash in Hendricks County. Eastbound 70 after State Road 39. Right shoulder is blocked. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
7 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Oh, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text MAINE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text MAIN to 321-321. That's MAINE to 321-321.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204.
Hammer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
If you feel like owning a home has been out of reach, Rocket is here to change that. Own the dream. Visit Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET. Again, that's Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
There is now video out of this airplane in Toronto landing and flipping over. How anybody is alive is beyond comprehension. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. As a way of trying to explain it, the plane comes in what looks like for a normal landing, not being an expert in aviation in this way. When it hits the tarmac or when it hits the runway, I guess it is coming down with force that it doesn't do back wheels first and then the front wheel touches down. It doesn't do that. It hits almost flat. The back wheels do hit first, but it's extremely up, right? Back wheels, front wheel. From that, the landing gear collapses. The landing gear collapsed, and then it tilts to the left. Well, no, I'm sorry, tilts to the right, breaking off the wing, fire immediately coming out of the plane, and because the right wing is now off, the left wing, it gets, I guess it's the air or anything else, it loses its balance, and that's how it flipped over. Those people went from a, hey, we're landing, to upside down in a matter of seconds. I'll count it out. This is as the plane lands. Are you ready? From the moment it touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, over. They were upside down in less than 5 seconds. How anybody is alive is it's amazing. You got to find that video there, Carl, producer Carl, and you got to put it up. That is, you could stare at that all day and not believe it's possible. That's how nutty that is. Good Lord. Allow me to share something else that is nutty with you. It's embarrassing when we hear people discuss things that they know nothing about. No one is more embarrassing than Al Sharpton. That Al Sharpton has a career. That Al Sharpton was able to take being a shakedown artist as he learned it from Jesse Jackson and turn it into a career. My take. What else is the National Action Network? What else is his whole career? I know how he started. This is the guy who started with Tawana Brawley. This is the guy who's guilty, in my view, of Freddie's Fashion Mart. My view. This is what he does. But Al Sharpton is on MSNBC, which is the home of not actually caring about what they say. And this is what he says. I'm telling you right now, if you're driving, hands on 10 and 2, which they now say is 9 and 3 because of the airbags, but I don't know, old school. What can I say? Listen. Listen to Al Sharpton here.
One day, our children's children will read American history. And can you imagine our reading that James Madison or Thomas Jefferson tried to overthrow the government so they could stay in power? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at
I'm just going to... Oh, you need to hear it again? All right, sure. We can do that again.
One day, our children's children will read American history. And can you imagine our reading that James Madison or Thomas Jefferson tried to overthrow the government so they could stay in power? That's what we're looking at. We're looking
at... I don't have to imagine it. I read their letter to King George. It's called the Declaration of Independence, but no, sure. Let's imagine if the founding fathers tried to overthrow a government. This is what passes for intellect. MSNBC is never going to change. They've proven it. The only thing you should do is enjoy the madness. And then teach your kids, don't be like that. Matt Bear has traffic.
Crash, Fall Creek Parkway, Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Brett.
We did Galaxy for the sidewalks and also the porch. The porch had a few pits. Galaxy said that was no problem.
Home or business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Obviously with the front sidewalk and step, so we didn't worry about any kind of slipping. You know, you're concerned about that after rain. And then when it did dry, it didn't spot, it didn't stain. It was just like it had been done yesterday.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
One thing that my wife commented on was how easy the Galaxy coating swept versus just the bare concrete.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
We moved here recently. I didn't even think twice about calling anyone else but Galaxy to come do this house.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP $104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP $61,695. Offers good through February 28, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
The 30th Annual Indiana Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo is back and better than ever. February 14th through 16th and 19th through 23rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Featuring the Midwest's largest selection of motorcycles, side-by-sides, ATVs, gear, accessories, and more. Plus, Bikers Showcase, Tiny Tots Riding Adventure, and the pioneers of Hoosier motorcycling. Your ticket also includes admission to the Ford Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. Visit IndySportShow.com, another Renfro production.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
An evening with legendary comedian Jeff Foxworthy.
But they have a rule in my neighborhood. If you walk your dog and your dog does his business in somebody else's yard, you need to get a little plastic bag, pick it up, and dispose of it. So you drive through my neighborhood and there's all these attractive women walking around with poo-poo purses.
Friday, February 21st, Fisher's Event Center. Live at the annual Hamilton Southeastern Education Foundation Legacy Celebration. Get tickets now at fisherseventcenter.com.
It's time to throw out your overpriced big wireless contract. Throw it overboard. You can get an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0 with a qualifying plan of just $45 a month. Get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 25 gigs of data, mobile hotspot. You get all of it. So get your new iPhone 14 or Samsung Galaxy for $0. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, pound 250, keyword Pure Talk from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
Coming up in 2 minutes, 2 rounds of snow are headed our way starting tonight. Indiana Task Force 1 is in Kentucky helping with the devastation of the floods, and IMPD is looking into a murder that happened on Monday. Those stories are coming up after Fox News. From the Technology Recyclers Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
They're done talking. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. U.S. and Russian diplomats gathered in Saudi Arabia to look for a way to end the war in Ukraine. The State Department spokesman says they've agreed to work on addressing problems in the U.S.-Russia relationship, but no date's been set for President Trump to meet with Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Republican Senator Tom Cotton just told Fox the last president's to blame.
I think the reality on the ground in Ukraine is that Joe Biden left the world with a terrible mess. His weakness tempted Putin to invade in the first place. He pussyfooted around for 3 years.
Now, Ukraine was not part of today's talks. Its president says he won't agree to any peace deal that Ukraine's not part of. 18 people are recovering in Toronto after a flightmare. The Delta Connection plane flying in from Minneapolis with 80 people on board.
Crash landing and then rolling belly up on the runway. People described hanging like bats and then getting themselves free from their seatbelts and standing on what is normally the ceiling.
Fox's Nate Foy in Toronto. Nobody died. Strong winds may have been a factor in the crash. More people have died in Kentucky's flood disaster. It's up to 12 now. Somebody also killed in West Virginia. Parts of Tennessee also underwater. This woman's apartment got flooded in Clarksville, and she does not have insurance.
I won't get anything to recover anything that I lost, and I've lost everything.
The anti-Doge protests are growing, denouncing Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Trump and Musk have got to go.
Now, that was in Tampa and Washington yesterday, and while there are legal challenges aiming to stop Doge pending,
Doge is still working to access IRS data. We understand that access is imminent. It would allow Doge employees with the appropriate clearances and approvals to comb through tightly controlled files that include bank records and other taxpayer information, but critics are warning that any mistakes in this database could potentially have disruptions to the tax filing system.
Jackie Heinrich at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
2 rounds starting tonight. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis. A light snow is falling to the south of the city. It's 10 degrees right now. Your high today, 16. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. A couple of rounds of snow are expected to hit the state before the weekends. Forecasters say the first will come Wednesday night in central Indiana. Mike Ryan is with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
The primary impacts will be down in southern Indiana, certainly in those Indiana counties down near the river, by Louisville, by Evansville. And then as you get up towards Vincennes, Seymour, maybe even as far north as Bloomington.
And then the second round will come Wednesday night into Thursday. That will only bring about an inch to the Circle City. Right now, there are dozens of schools that are delayed. We have a full list for you at WIBC.com. At least 12 people have died in eastern Kentucky, and Indiana Task Force 1 is on the ground to help with search and rescue efforts. Mike Pruitt is a FEMA spokesperson. He says the team may need to recover some bodies.
That reality is there. We don't have any information that's telling us that we are, but we've been kind of following the state's lead and the locals to let us know that everybody's accounted for.
Indiana Task Force 1 is made up of firefighters, paramedics, rescue efforts, and logistical specialists who will give data to Kentucky so they could assess the totality of the damage. A bill considering the possibility of annexing several counties looking to secede from Illinois is moving through the state legislature. Here's Kurt Darling.
A special committee considering the proposal being carried by House Speaker Todd Houston approved it with bipartisan support Monday.
We don't want to see our neighbors to our west languish. Ultimately, their success or failure affects our own success or failure.
The bill would set up a commission to look at beginning annexation proceedings, but in order for that to actually happen, it would need the approval of both Illinois and Indiana lawmakers. It'll now be considered by the full Indiana House. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gunshots, crime scene tape, and lots of cops. It happened near 38th and Midhofer on Monday night. IMPD says it happened during a ride share. The 2 people involved in the shooting got away. Police in Indianapolis are looking into a homicide at an apartment complex. Here's Harrison Silcox.
Details are sparse at the moment. IMPD officers were called to the 16 Park Apartments on the north side just before 9 in the morning Monday. That's over at the corner of 17th Street and North Park Avenue. All police have said so far is they found a woman at the apartment during a welfare check who was pronounced dead at the scene with trauma injuries. No arrests have been reported through Monday afternoon. If you have any info, reach out to police. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College basketball, the Purdue Boilermakers dropped to number 13 in the country. They play number 14 Michigan State tonight on the road.
Jackson Cole the other night, he was their best player. But he might get 4 against us. He might get 8 against us. He might get 18 against us. But you're going to get a big-time effort.
That's head coach Matt Painter talking about what the Boilers can expect. The Boilermakers have lost back-to-back games, and they are 3rd in the Big Ten. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Still sweeping up inbound Benford Boulevard at Keystone Avenue. Crash slowing down Benford. It's backed up past Allisonville Road right now. As we take a look at inbound 70 slow, Shadeland Avenue to Emerson Avenue. Delay continues after rural over the flyover ramp to Meridian Penn. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 106th Street down to 82nd. Hendricks County crash eastbound 70 after State Road 39. Right shoulder covered, slow back to 39. And downtown, somebody got hit by a car. This is Michigan Street at Illinois. Watch that intersection, please. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got some scattered snow showers out there for southern sections of the metro area. Could see maybe a little bit of a light dusting. That won't last all day long. We'll look for mostly cloudy skies. The cold will last all day long. High temperatures today, 15. Feels like temperatures into the single digits. Tonight, Cloudy skies, a few snow showers possible. Best chance will be in the southern part of the state. Lows around 10. And then on Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. Some more snow showers develop late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Could bring us some light accumulations, but it's still going to be cold. 20 on Wednesday and 21 on Thursday. It does look like it warms up, though, for the weekend, where we return back to normal with highs in the 40s.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. We appreciate you, Tara. Thank you. Right now, it is a ridiculously cold 8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:07. Gray Brothers is closing.
No, God!
Yeah, that's happening.
No, God, please, no!
Look,
no!
They didn't consult me. Nobody, would you?
No!
Stop it. I get it. It's a rough day. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. They are going to close the Mooresville restaurant. They're going to sell the building. You can get the building, by the way, for $10 million. I know. I mean, I know where it is. You know where it is. It's 22,000 square feet. It just seems like a lot. Neither here nor there. They say we do know that we will be reopening and obviously relocating because we won't be at that Mooresville site. But where and what exactly that looks like right now, it's still too early in the game, other than knowing that we will be doing something else. So, wait, you're not going to do what you normally did? Is that what I'm hearing? These things do happen. Things change, and you realize, hey, there's an opportunity here, and we could try something else. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Southwest Airlines going to be getting rid of 15% of its corporate workforce. Damn you, Elon Musk. Wait, hold on. He has nothing to do with this? Okay. I just thought everybody was blaming Elon Musk. So that's what we do. 1,750 jobs. The first major layoffs in the company's 53-year history. We knew this was coming as we watched Southwest make changes, specifically going from open seating to the reserve seating, which means they're going to be able to charge more for specific seats, which means they're dealing with the economic realities in front of them, just like everybody else. There's a story over in the Wall Street Journal. With falling U.S. sales, companies are trying to hit the sweet spot for prices. We're talking about cosmetics, garbage bags, snacks, the people who sell cigarettes. Every single category is taking a look at tariffs, taking a look at the economics, taking a look at the inflation, which is on its way back up. Thanks, Biden. And they're saying, how do we get people in our doors to buy our products? Everywhere is this conversation. And while everybody is dealing with economic realities, the Senate advances the property tax bill here in the state of Indiana. They make massive changes which say to the municipalities, to the cities, you still get yours, the people still pay, that's the end of that. Everybody understands the economic reality except possibly the cities at play when we talk about whether or not we should reduce property taxes. Now, property taxes should be outlawed. You either own your property or you don't. Property tax is obscene as I see it. Now, I may not get what I want from the beginning, but certainly relief does matter. And for the people out there who are like, oh, it's just $300 a year, whatever it is, it's no big deal. Not only have you missed the boat, but don't think of yourself as a good steward. Like, very often these are the civic leaders. No. Big mistake. We should be reducing property taxes and we should be reducing income taxes. We should be asking ourselves, what do we really need to live on here? And recognize that certainly in an economic environment, you may need to, along with the citizenry, deal with less and still provide. You have to make tough choices. I'm not saying deal with zero. Never said deal with zero. But there are changes that were made. It has passed the Senate 37-10. This is Senate Bill 1. It's now going to go to the House. Now, the House can change everything. Then you'll have reconciliation. So we're nowhere near where this final piece of legislation on property taxes is. We are aware that the Senate tried to make a whole bunch of moves, and we should ask ourselves why. We will discuss that. Gary Dick going to join us because, of course, I wasn't here yesterday for InsideIndianaBusiness.com. We'll get to that as well. Keep it here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
I'm with Sean Carnahan, sales manager for Adventure Homes, who uses Applied Innovation as their managed network services provider.
They do all of our computers, so they take care of all of our issues, anything that comes up with our servers, any tech support, software we need, any equipment we need.
And before Applied Innovation?
We had another company. It was a hometown company. It was actually bought out by Applied. So it was very nice to have a larger company and have a lot more offerings. Applied has done an excellent job in taking over that hometown account and really making sure we still feel like a hometown account.
How has Applied Innovation benefited Adventure Homes?
We have benefited because, we now have services that we did not have with our older company.
And for Sean?
Bottom line benefit for Sean, it saves me time because I'm not the IT guy anymore.
Outsource your IT function to Applied Innovation's experienced, knowledgeable network professionals. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
PA Jewelers in Brownsburg is your place for fine jewelry, custom pieces, one-of-a-kind pieces, vintage pieces, and also your place to sell jewelry. 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg, PA Jewelers inside Premier Arms. You have old jewelry from grandma or jewelry you don't wear anymore? Come sell it for top dollar at PA Jewelers. I've sold jewelry there. My wife has. You're going to love the prices. PA Jewelers inside Premier Arms, 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg, premierarms.com.
It's time to throw out your overpriced big wireless contract. Throw it overboard. You can get an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0 with a qualifying plan of just $45 a month. Get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 25 gigs of data, mobile hotspot. You get all of it. So get your new iPhone 14 or Samsung Galaxy for $0. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, pound 250, keyword Pure Talk from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony, keeping an eye on the intersection, Benford Boulevard and Keystone Avenue crash coming inbound. Benford. And right now, from Allisonville Road to Fall Creek Parkway, Keystone Avenue looking a lot better at the moment. Still stopped from Allisonville Road. Not quite to East 46th Street, but that inbound side struggling just a little bit, but better. Also, crash downtown Michigan Street, Illinois. Somebody got hit by a car. Looking at Hendricks County, eastbound 70 after State Road 39, crash on the right shoulder. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Pat Sullivan here for Hope Plumbing. Have you been dreaming of kitchen updates since the new year began? My friends at Hope Plumbing want you to love your plumbing. Update your faucets, fixtures, water heaters, and more with a $100 off a $500 plus plumbing service. Make your remodel dreams or small home update wishes come true and start to love your plumbing again. Call and schedule an appointment today at 317-641-HOPE or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
We are going to CPAC, people. The Conservative Political Action Conference in Washington, D.C. Tony Katz. 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. We will be there and broadcasting Thursday and Friday, bringing you the video from throughout, presented by HoosierHope.org, Americans for Prosperity, right here in the state of Indiana, and Premier Arms, premierarms.com. By the way, Hoosier Hope. That is Hoosiers for Opportunity, Prosperity, and Enterprise. You can go to HoosierHope.org. You can go to premierarms.com. And, of course, check out Americans for Prosperity in the state of Indiana. You can find them everywhere. And so we're going. So we'll be calling into the morning show. Craig will be in, and we'll be giving the updates from there. And then we will be live with the midday show. We're going to do the stream. We're going to do it all. We'll have the interviews. We'll be sending the video back. I'm fascinated to see where people are and the level of excitement. Do they think anything's gone too far? Do they think Musk has too much power? What else would they like to see? These are the activists and the people who desperately want their votes. So we are going to CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference in D.C., presented by HoosierHope.org, Americans for Prosperity, Indiana, and Premier Arms, premierarms.com. They're in Brownsburg. You should head over there, your firearms, and, of course, check out the jewelry and the new jewelry store they're creating. PA Jewelers at the farmhouse. Wait till you see what they have built. Spectacular stuff. Speaking of business, Gary Dick joins us right now inside IndianaBusiness.com. On the Twittix is where you find him at IIB. Just that easy, just that simple to do. There's I wouldn't say there's a ton of things going on in the state of Indiana. Certainly we were discussing Gray Brothers closing the Mooresville cafeteria to sell the building for $10 million. $10 million, Gary Dick. That's a lot of fried chicken, kid.
It's a lot of coconut cream pie,
right?
Tony. So big time. But I think it sounds like more of a real estate move, perhaps, because I know Mickey Shuey with the IBJ had the story yesterday, and certainly Gray's Cafeteria is legendary. It's iconic, that spot in Mooresville. So when you hear news that it's going to close, it raises some eyebrows. But it sounds as though the family says they're going to reopen that, and probably in that cafeteria model somewhere else. When and where, not determined yet, but certainly the end of an era in Mooresville, at least at that location.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't think this is a business, at least from the reporting from Mickey Shuey over at the IBJ. This didn't seem like a business conversation. It seemed like a real estate opportunity, because that is an outrageously prime corner there. Yep. Personally, I looked at the $10 million price tag and I said, ooh. Things go in that area for more than I thought that they would. $10 million is a lot, and this brings us into what's going on with property, the property tax legislation. We see this now advancing through the Senate with a lot of changes, now going to the House where it could get even more changes. Where is the business community on the property tax conversation?
Well, I think there is a feeling that, it's supportive of legislation of reform, property tax reform. What form that takes, we will see. As you say, a lot of changes are being made. A lot of things have been stripped out of the original proposal from Governor Braun, that proposed tax plan as well. So we will see. Certainly, Indiana's status, Indiana's situation from an economic development standpoint in terms of tax structure and those types of things, from the business side of things, is viewed as fairly positive. I think how this plays out in the coming weeks will probably be the story of this session of the legislature, I would imagine.
I can't imagine anything would would eclipse it. But to the extent that we've seen what the Senate's going to has done, and now the House comes into play, is there a possibility, from what you're hearing and what you're seeing, that no deal can be made, there will be no come together, and the General Assembly will go this legislative session without a deal on property taxes?
Yeah, hard to forecast, but the people I talk with say they don't see that happening. They see something coming out of this session to not have something come out of the session would certainly, I think, be viewed as a defeat on a number of levels. So I think generally the feeling is looking into the crystal ball, that something is going to come out of this session. What it is, what form it takes, obviously remains to be seen.
Talking to Gary Dick from Inside Indiana Business on the Twittix at IIB, InsideIndianaBusiness.com. A lot of talk about you've got over there regarding 16 Tech. So this was hyped up, built up, this innovation area, this tech area. A lot of people moved businesses over to the AMP there at 16 Tech. A lot of food places, whether you're talking about Kaplinger's, talking about Circle City Suites, a lot of cool things, expecting this big growth in the area. Has the growth come? And if not, is it coming soon?
I think it's coming, and certainly you can see evidence that it has arrived there. You mentioned some of the businesses that have located there, some of the buildings. There's an apartment complex, a new bridge that's connecting 16 Tech to the IU Med Center and the campus across the river. Those things are happening, and physically you can see them happening. As you know, and we've talked about it before, 16 Tech has been a long time coming. Multiple mayoral administrations couldn't get it done. It is happening now, and got a big shot in the arm last week. IU, Indiana University, is putting a major research facility there. They're calling it IU Lab, 6-story facility boosted by a $138 million grant from Lilly Endowment to really be a focus of research, innovation, and those types of things. Last week, IU got word that IU Indianapolis has been designated a R1 institution, which puts it on par with the big research universities around the country, the Ivy League schools, Stanford, MIT. And you should note that, and that's a big deal for IU and a big deal for 16 Tech, that Indiana has not one but now 3 R1 institutions in IU, Purdue, and Notre Dame. So opportunity there. But to answer your original question, I think growth and activity, you can see it. It is happening. But I think the biggest push and a lot of the stuff you're going to see is going to happen here within the next couple of years.
And while IU is doing this and getting these designations, Purdue making the announcement that they are looking to raise $4 billion over the next 5 years. Honestly, we're getting very close in the university setup to the concept of Mad Max. You know what I mean? We're basically at this level.
2 men injured, 1 man leaves. 2 men injured, 1 man leaves.
$4 billion. And Mitch just brought in $2.5 billion less than a decade ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. And as you look around the country, it's not just Purdue, but certainly this is the most recent example and the closest example here. Universities are going big in terms of raising money for campus improvements, to attract top students, to attract top talent and faculty to the universities. As you mentioned, $4 billion, massive campaign. That's the $3 billion plus campaign at Purdue in less than a quarter of a century. You mentioned Mitch brought in over $2 billion. Martin Jiske, who was there before Mitch, raised $1.7 billion. So a lot of money, and those who are successful, are going to be probably those successful in those high-profile universities in the years ahead. I should mention, I think we had the story, and Dan Lee had the story at IBJ.com and InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Michigan raised, get this, $7 billion. $7 billion, or is raising that. They announced that. So the numbers keep on coming. It's almost like the NIL in college athletics, go big or go home.
Gary Dick, InsideIndianaBusiness.com, on the Twittix at IIB. Check him out right there. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's going on?
Worst thing, Tony, looking downtown in the intersection, Michigan Street at Illinois is closed right now because of a fatal crash. Earlier, scanner traffic said somebody was hit by a car. We are working on the details. But here at the moment, yes, Michigan Street, Illinois intersection shut down. If you're going northbound, I would use West Street, maybe Meridian. If you're going westbound, possibly 10th Street, even Ohio in play. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the Fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and I'm betting that you already know that your carpets could use a good cleaning. There's no telling what's in those carpets at this point. And here's some great news. Zerorez has a February special of 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119. Plus a 4th room clean free and $75 off air duct cleaning too. The Zerorez pros know how to get your carpets and floors and rugs and upholstery and even your ductwork really clean. And they can help you deal with the deeply embedded dirt, dander, and allergens, not to mention those pet stains and some of your stains. The game changer is the patented ZR water that uses no soap, leaves no residue, and there are no harsh chemicals because they just aren't needed to get things really clean. It's time to get it all Zerorez-ified. Give them a call, mention WIBC, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at $119, plus a 4th room clean free, and $75 off air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141, or book things online at ZerorezIndy.com.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five. Yeah.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Things are happening fast.
Tariffs, ICE raid.
Shrink the size of the federal government.
USAID is really corrupt.
Doge is using a meat axe.
Uncovering things. They are going to get what they voted for.
Follow the first 100 days.
Industries to come back to America.
The president is committed in securing a lasting peace.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
Robert Kennedy Jr. confirmation is confirmed.
Stay in the know.
I'm Ryan Hedrick.
John Harris.
While you're on the go.
Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5.
With 93 WIBC. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Why the coroner was called to downtown Indianapolis. Your radar is clear. It's 10 degrees in Indy. Your high today is 16. There's a light snow off to the south of the city. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. IMPD says a person was hit and killed by a car near Illinois and Michigan streets. It happened about an hour ago. They have the street blocked off. Matt Baer has your travel impacts coming up here in a few minutes in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. We're about 25 degrees colder than usual for this time of year, says Mike Ryan, a forecaster at the National Weather Service.
Really bitterly cold temperatures probably last through Thursday, and then we'll start to see temperatures warm Friday. And really, by the time we get into the weekend, we're going to be back close to normal by Sunday.
Ryan says before all of that happens, 2 snowstorms will hit the state over the next 48 hours, bringing about 1 to 2 inches of snow to the capital city, with higher amounts to the south of us. Cold temperatures will keep the roads slick. 49 members of Indiana's elite emergency team, Indiana Task Force 1, are on the ground in Kentucky during search and rescue efforts as flooding has overwhelmed the eastern part of that state.
Down here, we're dealing with snow, temperatures in the low 30s, high 20s. It's windy. The terrain's a little bit difficult. It offers a whole new set of challenges to us when we're down here operating in this environment.
Mike Pruitt is a spokesperson for FEMA USNR Incident Support Team. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says 12 people have died in the flooding. A person in Indiana illegally is being deported under the Laken Riley Act. Here's Kurt Darling.
The law allows for the deportation of illegal immigrants charged with certain types of crime. In the case of Domingo Juan, he was taken into custody by immigration agents in Jackson County last Wednesday. He caused a head-on collision while driving on US 50 near Brownstown back in March, which ended up killing Brad Kastner. Juan has been deported before under the Biden administration. He's being deported again back to Guatemala. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
House Democrats in Indiana will hold a press conference at 9 o'clock to discuss what they want to see in a bill. Hendricks County is one of the best places to raise a family in the Hoosier State. Here's Harrison Silcox.
Each year, Smart Asset looks into the places that's best to raise a family in every state. That happens to be Hendricks County in Indiana. The study took a look at 4 different factors: housing equity, academic performance, recreation and community centers, and, of course, those child care costs. Hendricks rated highly in each category, and even first in academic performance. Monroe County rated highly as well. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Number 13, Purdue looks to snap a 2-game losing streak tonight on the road against number 14, Michigan State. Head coach Matt Painter says the Spartans will bring plenty of challenges.
They have good on-ball defenders. They have good size on the front line. Very competitive. It's going to be a challenge for us to do a better job guarding the basketball, so we're not living in help.
And tonight's game starts at 7. Butler will try to win its 4th game in a row when they play Xavier on the road tonight. That game starts at 8. In women's hoops, number 1 Notre Dame took down number 11 Duke 64-49 on Monday. Hannah Hidalgo scored 19 points, but said Duke didn't make things easy.
We're going to see that when we get to the tournament, to the ACC tournament, to the NCAA tournament. So it's great to play these teams throughout the season so we're prepared, so we're not getting hit in the mouth when we go and play these tough teams.
Notre Dame has won 18 games in a row. They're 23-2, and the Indiana Pacers are back from the All-Star break on Thursday night at home against Memphis. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Yeah, Ryan, we are downtown where the intersection of Michigan Street and Illinois Street is closed because of a fatal crash. I'm told it's a hit and run involving a couple of vehicles, possibly a pedestrian, as we had that report on the scanner earlier this morning. So right now, Michigan Street and Illinois closed downtown. Westbound drivers can use either 10th Street or Ohio to get around that intersection. Northbound drivers, because Illinois is a northbound one-way, you can either use West or Meridian Street. Those will both get a done. Also, eastbound 70 after State Road 39 in Hendricks, crash on the right shoulder. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Dow futures are up 88. NASDAQ futures up 99. Oil prices $71.13 on the West Texas crude, $75 on the Brent crude 10-year Treasury note at 4.522. But the story of the morning are the peace negotiations that have started between the United States and Russia regarding Ukraine. And you're like, I don't know how you have a peace negotiation without Ukraine. I think it's a legitimate question, so much so that you have Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, saying, listen, I'm not about to accept this.
Have you been given any assurances that Ukraine will have an equal seat at the negotiating table?
So I will never accept any decisions between the United States and Russia about Ukraine. Never. And our people, never. And our adults and children and everybody. It can't be so. This is the war in Ukraine against us, and it's our human losses. And we are thankful for all the support, unity between USA, in USA, around Ukraine support, bipartisan unity, bipartisan support. We are thankful for all of this, but there is no any leader in the world who can really make a deal with Putin without us, about us. Of course.
That's a legitimate argument. No one's going to be able to make a deal about us except us, except for the fact that you're going to get pressured into some kind of deal. The deal is going to involve some kind of land give up. Well, that's appeasement of the Russians, and it's Neville Chamberlain all over again. No, certainly isn't. I don't want the Ukrainian staff to give up anything. Russia's the aggressor. Russia's the bad guy here. The idea that we still question this. Oh, Tony, you don't understand how bad Ukraine is. I don't actually give a good holy damn how bad Ukraine is. Russia's the aggressor here. Tony, you're just going to get us into forever wars. We're better off allowing Russia to have taken over Ukraine? That is the weirdest argument ever. And it's not a conservative argument. It's not even a good populist argument. It's a ridiculous argument predicated on some kind of fantasy that we're going to get left alone because they're an ocean away. It's the real world. So if everybody could grow up, that would be outrageously helpful. In the grown-up world, the people of Ukraine must accept the fact that they're going to give up something. They're going to give it up. Something's going to give, and it's going to be the Donbass. Parts of the Donbass, Donetsk and Luhansk, wherever those areas may be, you're giving up something. Something that allows Russia, which is not giving up Crimea, by the way, to feel more in control of that area. And yes, we'll be dealing with Russia in 10 years, which is part of the problem. We're still going to deal with this. Russia does not stop until Russia collapses. When Russia collapses, you have to be able to figure out how you're going to deal with their nuclear arsenal. Once you figure out that, well, then you can get them to give back anything you want because you can just make it happen. But if you don't, and if you don't have some control of the area, this is where people are broken, and Zelensky may not understand, although I'm sure he does understand, what the real story here is. A deal with Russia now is about dealing with China later. Because if you allow things to progress, Russia becomes a full and complete vassal state for China because Russia cannot afford to keep this up. And they won't have a population to keep this up because they barely have a population now, and they certainly cannot thwart the Chinese if they decide to roll. So you engage with Russia now. You create the deal now. You keep some U.S. influence in the area now, and you're helping to thwart the threat of China later. Man, I know it's hard for some people who have been believing that the Biden administration were the adults in the room. No. In a room right now in Saudi Arabia where this is taking place is Witkoff and Walz and Marco Rubio. This is who Sergei Lavrov has to negotiate with. This isn't Anthony Blinken. These people aren't going to take it. They're going to punch back. This, by the way, is what America voted for. This is what America voted for. This is the strength they wanted. This is the men in the room they wanted. Because Blinken, it wasn't the man in the room. There was a talk at the University of Chicago. I think it was Clay Travis. Yeah, I think it was Clay. I was asking, what's the example of masculinity on the Democratic side? This is there's nothing new to this. Any rational person who has been observant for an hour could have given this argument. Democrats don't show any masculinity whatsoever. Tim Walz, David Hogg, case rested. You want people in a room who can actually push back and say, look, if you want to fight, that's fine, but we're going to take your eye right out of your skull. What's your plan? We may lose, but you're going to walk around with an eye patch. You choose. You decide. We're ready. So this is what people did indeed vote for. Some strength in this conversation. And yes, what happens in a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine does affect American security. And I only know this because look who's at the table. The proof is in the proof. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. You've got yourself some interest rates heading up. You've got economic uncertainty that you're dealing with. And you could be wondering if now is the right time to sell your home. Are you going to get the price that you need? Is it going to take too long? You don't have to figure this out by yourself because that seems weird to do. There is a friendly, no-pressure, experienced agent eating and sleeping Indianapolis real estate. Call Mark Dietel today. Maybe you need more space with a growing family or you're working from home. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Katie and Chris in Perry Township said, sadly, our marriage was ending, and we were both ready to sell the home and move forward ASAP. Mark Dietel made it happen fast and easy. Our home sold for more than we anticipated in 24 hours with 17 showings and multiple offers. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel. Just pick up the phone right now. 317-755-4232. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. Find out everything that they've got to offer. Understand all the details. Or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Kendall and Casey.
This is a bill that prohibits minors under 16 from using social media without parental permission.
This is an example of government trying to resolve a problem that they have no business being in, which is how you parent your kid. If you want your kid to be on social media, that's your right as a parent. You dictate that.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Traffic on the fives and Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Tony, we're downtown. We have an intersection closed because of a fatal crash. It's Michigan Street at Illinois Street. That intersection completely shut down right now because of a crash involving a person being struck by a vehicle and a hit-and-run situation with the vehicles involved, I'm told, too. So, again, that's Michigan Street at Illinois, completely shut down here at the moment. If you're heading westbound, with Michigan Street being a westbound one-way, you can use either 10th or Ohio. I would choose 10th. If you're northbound to Illinois, you can use either West or Meridian Street. That just depends on where you're heading. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
8 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultrafine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
Time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? What? Producer Carl picks a theme song. And I have to guess what it is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I do not know what this is, but were there things bleeped out?
Yeah, it was the title.
Okay.
Rolling down to Dallas, my blues provide my palace. Off to New Orleans, or who knows where.
Okay, I'm going to need to phone a friend. Matt Bear, what is this TV theme song?
This would be, can I hear it a little louder, please? Oh, man, this sounds like the Tonight Show.
It's not Night Shift. It is not Night Shift. I was going to go straight with Fraggle Rock. No. But, all right, producer Carl, what is this TV theme song?
BJ and the Bear.
I would not have gotten BJ and the Bear. I would not have gotten BJ and the Bear. No, you're right. You're right. I would have missed this. Well done, producer Carl. Yeah. Tell me about it. All right. Speaking of, as you know, producer Carl, he is the host of Conspiracy Carl. No one weaves a conspiracy theory better than our own producer Carl. I'm being told that my take on Ukraine makes me a Lindsey Graham disciple, that everything we're seeing in Ukraine regarding Russia is the United States' fault. Take a minute. Why am I being accused of such a thing?
Because Lindsey Graham is a warmonger, and this has always been an issue between the United States and Russia going back to the Cold War. Essentially, Ukraine was overturned by us in 2014. Victoria Nuland led the charge with the Color Revolution, so we should be at the negotiating table with Russia.
We are at the negotiating table with Russia.
Well, I know, and we can end the war by just pulling the money from Vladimir Zelensky.
Undoubtedly true. There's not even a question there. What does this have to do with me being a disciple of Lindsey Graham?
Well, Lindsey Graham never wants the war to end. So having Vladimir Zelensky going in there and say, no, we want to have our territory back.
But to say that he would have any other conversation is nutty. When I say the words that they're going to have to give up land, and then I still have somebody calling me a Lindsey Graham disciple, one of two things is going on. Either someone doesn't know how to listen to me, or someone's a freaking moron. So it's one or the other at that stage of the game. The argument that I make is that anybody who thinks that Vladimir Putin is innocent in all this is nuts. Anybody who doesn't understand that this is a KGB guy at heart who takes it personally as a personal responsibility, his own failing that the Soviet Union lost. Anybody who doesn't understand that his belief, his theory, his mantra, his core is the rebuilding of Mother Russia doesn't understand the situation. Is absolutely out of their minds. And anybody who thinks we're better off with Ukraine being taken over by Russia is nuts. And if that means Lindsey Graham disciple, you can take that argument and shove it so far, my gosh, you'll be able to taste it in the back of your throat. What a nutty argument. That said, I don't want Ukraine being a member of NATO at all. Two things can be true. I want Ukraine to be able to exist. I want Ukraine to be able to be this buffer. Ukraine has to be able to handle its own security, but they got attacked and invaded by Russia, and I had no problem sending them bullets and arms to help them. I still don't. Trust Ukraine? No. Wanting to know where the dollars go? Yes. And not supporting their infrastructure, providing people retirement funds? Absolutely. Absolutely. I just want to provide them bullets and guns. That's it. That's it. That makes one a warmonger in today's world. It's just as nutty as the day is long. It's a nutty, nonsense, garbage proposition put forth by people who aren't thinking clearly. Oh, I'll take this fight up anywhere, anytime. I can do two things at once. I can walk and chew gum, sing a song. I can do it all, boo-boo. The answer certainly is that it's not our job to be the sole protector of Ukraine, and to put the pressure on Europe to be more of a protector makes perfect sense. But if we're okay with Russia taking over Ukraine, that's nuts. There is no gain in this. None. And if you want to argue that neocons or others were engaged in what made dollars for a war machine, I'll only take you back to what we did in Afghanistan. 20 years of fighting to teach these people how to be a military, and they collapsed in 11 days because we taught them how to fight with air support when we took away the electricity and an air base? I would take every general involved and throw them in jail. Everybody who made money on selling arms in Afghanistan, jail. What the hell did we do? Insane. Certifiable on every level. I know my argument has nuance, and there's no place for nuance in today's world, but here I am, guys. Here I am. I will catch you at noon. Tony Katz today. Kendall and Casey are up next. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Downtown intersection is closed, Michigan Street at Illinois, because of a fatal crash from earlier this morning involving two vehicles and a person. And right now, that intersection downtown is shut down completely.